there are professional men out there that you could beat in a boxing match?
Absolutely.
Really?
I'm a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, undisputed champion. I think people get it kind of. They always say, "Oh, a woman can't beat a man." I spar with men, and I mean, I drop men, I bust men nose, I beat men up all the time. It's weird. Like if I was to say, like, which is the guy I think I could beat up, I think I could beat up Keith Thurman.
Really?
I really do. I think I could beat up Keith Thurman, even though they like, oh, he beat Sean Porter. I think I could beat Sean Porter too.
Hey, yo, if you keep serving this Sean Porter, did you get upset when you was on the couch and you saw this? Do you take that personal?
What?
Or do you allow her just to if you're Keith Porter, would you take that personal? You sit home on your couch and that shit come across the news. Female boxer says she can snuff tomato can Porter.
Right. Especially if it's not true. Like, I'd be like, yo, this can't beat me.
What are the odds?
Mad as hell.
What are the odds? Like she says she's dropped men and she's sparring with men. What are the odds that these men that are sparring with her in practice are not going at her as if she was a man?
I think big time.
Okay.
Like I don't know. I know whenever I had to spar a woman or something like that, it just felt weird. I just didn't even want to,
Even when you're out there trying to push her, you're still not going 100% as if you were sparring with a man, correct?
Nah, man, nah. And it's back to what that Google search said. I guess I knew that innately. Like, nah, I know that if I like really try to hit you and hurt you, I can hurt you. It's a difference.
Yeah, you're not gonna kidney punch the broad.
No. And he's like, you're not even gonna try to kick her as hard as you would kick somebody. Like, it is different, man.
And that's the issue that leads to a false sense of reality. Now she out there calling out dudes. That's uber disrespectful, bro. I just feel that's uber disrespectful. I just feel just be the number one woman, bro, and just. I remember they did an interview with Serena Williams, and they were trying to call her like the best tennis player in the world, and she was like, "Whoa, I'm the best female tennis player," and they were like, "No, you are fucking awesome, Serena. I'm pretty sure you can beat Federline and all those other guys." She was like, "Bro, if I play the men, I'm going to get stomped." She was like, playing women and playing men are two different sports, even if it's the same sport. She was like, I'm the best female, but she says, I ain't got nothing for none of the men. So please don't say that. I'm not the best tennis player in the world. I'm the best female tennis player in the world. So I think that would probably apply to even more to boxing, to a physical combat sport. Why would any woman think they could beat a man, like a professional man at that? Right. And I'm not saying there aren't women that's the anomaly that can beat men. And what I would say to that is be a stronger man. But no way, bro. No way. I don't. Not a professional. Definitely not a professional.
Right. See, I look at it like this. And one of the things he said, like, when you're sparring with a man, like, is he taking it like full force on you? And I would say no, because I've been in situations like that. You're not. You're trying to give them the best practice that they can get, the best simulation that they can get, but you're not trying to take their head off. And I say that to say, in a lot of things, you need to practice with what you need to practice with. I guess that's a better way to put it. Like, exactly your weight, your size, something like that. That's what you need to practice with. Sometimes you practice against, like you said, bigger people, they're not going hard on you. And what they're taking away, it's almost like a spot. As much as you think that little spot that you're helping somebody out with the weight, the 225,
even though it's just a little finger,
even though it's just a little finger, that's not reality. That's not reality, because another woman your same size and weight, the moment she gets a chance to take your head off, when you're not looking or you made a mistake, it's coming off. A man is not going to do that. A man is not going to do that. So I think everybody should practice. I get practicing with bigger people and all that, but it just, like you said, it's a false sense of security. It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same. And then the crazy thing is, those bigger people that are like beating you up and sort of like, I would use the word bullying you in the ring to kind of like help you train. If they're not really good fighters, like say if I'm practicing, I'm sparring, I'm practicing against a guy that's 6'5", 260 pounds. I'm 180 pounds. I'm fighting against him. He's bullying me around with his power and everything like that. and I'm getting a false sense of security that, okay, I'm learning how to fight against a bigger opponent. But guess what? You're not learning how to fight against a bigger, better opponent. You're just learning how to fight against a bigger opponent. That opponent that you're fighting with, when he fights people on his level and his sides, he gets beat up. So what good is that? That's the same. That's the same. Yeah. That's the same scenario when it comes to the women thinking they could beat a man. Or nah. You got a false sense of security. But there are some men, though, like you said, that can be beat by these women. But I don't think pound for pound. I don't think
they should be stronger men, though. Let's just clarify that. You got to paraphrase. You got to be a stronger man.
Did they ever do anything like that? Did they ever just have a man and woman fight?
Why would you do that? See that? Like, yeah, like I think that's boring. That's boring because you already know the predetermined outcome. Yeah, that's boring. That's boring.
Right.
That's like,
hey, look, you know how it would be real.
If one of the dudes lose, I wouldn't believe it. Just like when they had that dunk contest recently and they let the girl win and she did the weakest dunk. Like, I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it.
I seen that. Was that the one on the 8-foot rim? Or the lower rim?
No, the one on the lower rim was actually fire. I actually said the WNBA should take notes on that shit. Yeah, the little girl was getting it. That's not that one.
I took a picture of one where I think the girl actually won the dunk contest. She did some dunk and put her hand in the rim. And I was like, I didn't understand the meme, but I think the whole thing was it was like boring. Like, okay. Like
I think she won.
Girl, she dunked it and she did that. And it was like, oh, and I'm just like, what? I don't get what's going on here. And I think that was the point of the meme. Like, this is about as exciting as it gets, kind of.
And I think that
I don't know what the meme was.
It was lazy and slow.
It was lazy. It was just like, I'm like, oh, come
on. Horrible.
Come on. But women beating men. Back to what you said. I don't believe that in the same weight class. I believe men's weight is different. Well, they're in tip-top shape. They're boxers. No, can't beat.
Well, still, like, I think it's already been proven that males have thicker bone density and shit like that. Like, those things are proven, scientifically proven. Like, so, like, those things matter. So, pound for pound, like, obviously, no. If you put a 160-pound woman and 160-pound men both at the top of their fighting profession, obviously I'm putting my money on the male again, unless she is a superb tactician.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? Her jujitsu is fucking top level, and you fuck around and slip and fall to the ground, and it's over. You dig what I'm saying? She put you on a rear naked choke, and you might not never get out of that. That's in that situation.
I can see the rear naked choke getting. Here's the problem, right? I can see the rear naked choke because you got somebody, they got vulnerable, they made a mistake, and you got them a rear naked choke. But here's the deal: when those two fighters come out, the 160-pound man is so much bigger than a 160-pound woman. That's
correct,
what I feel.
But the 160-pound woman might have better agility and better speed. And
check it out. What about the roughhousing part? Like, this is what I was getting to. I'm talking about you're talking about the rear naked choke,
can't engage in that. She can't engage in that.
No, but
that's where the speed and the swiftness.
Hold on. I got a better one. I got a better one. Imagine the man just starting. They both starting out the fight and they come into the middle of the ring, right? Imagine he starts right here, just kicking the shit out of her legs. Now her bones are smaller. Her bones are small. Now he's abusing her front leg now. Like, you would have to have rules. Like,
no. This is why, if I'm her, I gotta know I can't engage in those type of roughhousing games. I can't go strike for strike. I can't go blow for blow. I gotta find me I gotta stay away and go in and out and find me an in. And when I find an in, I gotta go all in. And that's why I went with the rear naked choke, because I'm gonna have to get you in a vulnerable position and give it everything. So once I get you in that choke, I know I got to put you to sleep here. You can't come out. If I let you out, it's a wrap. And that's going to take a lot of energy to hold you in that yoke, because you might be able to just get up and walk around with me. You feel what I'm saying?
Definitely. Right.
So I'm going to have to put it up in the Adam's apple, like from that shit going to have to come all the way back here to somewhere, bro.
Bro, you know what it'd be like? You know what it'd be like back in the day when you were playing Mortal Kombat and you fought Goro. I think his name was Goro. What was his name? Goro?
Yeah.
Goro. The monitor, yeah. And mind you can hit him, but one hit from him is like taking away like 90% of your power. You're like, damn, only can hit 3, only can get hit. And I think that'll be equivalent. Like, the woman could be so good and so skilled, but if the man, I mean, think about it. We're talking about an equal fight. If the man had equal skills and a woman just got the best of him, the man's hits with his power, she can't take all of those hits for too long.
I don't know if you've ever gotten the wind knocked out of you before. Have you ever got the wind knocked out of you?
Right. I've dealt with that before.
Okay. And I remember the first time it happened. I'll never forget, bro. I was playing football and we were doing like a kickoff return. It was a night game. The lights were shining. Stadium was packed. Boom, kickoff. And I'm on a return team. I fucking hated the return team because you're vulnerable. So you run down there, then you turn around and you go, you run down the field backwards, and then you turn around and attack up the field to go block. And as I turned around, I just remember everything went black. Poof. Everything went black. I'm looking up. I see the lights and shit because I'm on the ground. And I couldn't breathe, bro. And I thought I was dying. I'm on the field hollering. Like, get the fucking equipment off, get the helmet off, get the shoulder pads off. I'm dying. I can't breathe. I say all that to say, those are like the punches coming from a man to a woman, into the chest, into the gut, into the body. It's those type of feelings of punches of power, that impact that's coming. So yeah, no, right. She can't, bro. She's taking 5 or 6 of those, maybe, if she's really tough. I'll give her 5 or 6 of those type of punches. And then she realized there's definitely a huge disparity in her sparring partners and someone who's out there trying to take your head off legitimately. Because now I'm in the ring with you, and forget about fighting a woman and not going all out. Like, my pride, everything's on the line right now. I'm in the ring with you. You done called me out. I'm not going out there. He's trying to fight her like a man. Like, he's going all out. She's not lasting no more than 5, 6 punches.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. But that was interesting to see. I mean, now obviously trans is a different situation because
trans is a man. So,
but they're saying that they take these hormones, or like,
man, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
Water down their testosterone.
Fuck out of here. If
you
have
to meet certain levels,
bro. If you not trans and you didn't take that if you ain't been on your hormone shit since 11, I call bullshit. Like, you dig what I'm saying? Like, I've seen some of these trans people who have been on hormones since like 11, 12, 13. And they're super fragile like women. And I'm still iffy on that. You dig what I'm saying? But once you start letting your male body develop, I don't give a fuck what you say, bro. Who's that? Is it Fallon Fox? That's a trans. That's a fighter. Like, didn't she cracked her opponent's skull not too long ago? I think it was last year or this year. She cracked that lady's skull, like, legitimately, like, cracked her skull open. Bro,
I didn't watch
it. Yeah.
I didn't watch that fight,
bro,
but wow.
Fucked that lady up. That shit was brutal, bro. It was 100% at the bar drinking, lady talking shit, and you just go all out. Like, that's 100% what it was.
Yeah.
100%, bro.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they're not doing that anymore.
I mean, but again, with the delusion, I mean,
you know, it's crazy.
The options people have, you just never know.
Along the same lines of this conversation, the U.S. women national soccer team, I think I said that right. U.S. women national soccer team. Yeah, they lost, and I think people were like criticizing them about the effort that they put out. And the first thing I thought was, all right, they lost, and people complaining about the effort that they put out. I just said, hey, this is America. Let me just see what happens here. Let me just go ahead and Google this and see what happens. Can a trans play on a U.S. women's national soccer team?
Oh, shit.
And the answer was, yeah, they can.
Oh, shit.
So let's just say a trans, I don't know if it's called a trans man or trans woman. Let's just say a trans
woman is transformed into a woman. A trans man transformed into a man.
Okay. So let's say a trans woman joined the U.S. women's national soccer team. They win.
They'll win, definitely.
But you see how crazy that is? Then it's going to be an asterisk mark. But if we really wanted to act like we're serious, listen, if we really want to act like we're serious with the inclusion, then there should be no asterisk mark.
Well,
see how crazy it is?
Here's the shit. Like, here's the test, bro. Here's the test, right? I identify as a 9-year-old boy, which is a thing. You feel what I'm saying? We have people who identify as children. I forgot the clinical term for it. You can look it up.
I know people that act like children, but
but there's a wait, hold on.
But no,
so
what were you saying? They identify as children.
I identify as a 9-year-old. I'm going to go to a Pop Warner team, a Pop Warner soccer team, and I'm going to sign up. And I'm going to walk on the field, and I'm going to try to play. And they're going to tell me, get your big ass out of here. And I'm going to say, wait a minute. I identify as a 9-year-old boy. They're going to tell me, bro, you're a grown ass man. You got a beard and everything. You can't play with kids. And I'm going to say, why? And they're going to say, you full of shit. And I'm going to say, all right, just apply the same rules to everybody.
Yeah.
Did you look that up? What it's called?
Yeah, they talk about other things about the child. Gender dysphoria. What do you call an adult who identifies as a child? An adult who identifies as a child is typically referred to as an age regressor or a little. This term is used within the age regression or age play.
So it's a thing, correct? It's a disorder.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can have that disorder legitimately, but I couldn't play with kids on their team. They would tell me, no, you just can't do that. So if that's the case, I think that should be applied everywhere.
Somebody asked the question, why is it that when an adult identifies as a child, it is not taken seriously as when someone identifies as a different or opposite sex?
That's the question I'm proposing. Because if I can't play on a soccer league with adolescent children, then I shouldn't be able to play in a league with different sexes. Like, I agree. It's unfortunate I have this disorder or this situation that makes me feel I'm a younger child, but in reality, I'm not. So I can't play with kids. So, I mean, under that logic, right, it should be applied across the board, because then you can't pick and choose, which situation you're more comfortable with dealing with. I just thought that was a little interesting.
Yeah, you can't have. It's like nowadays you can't even. And what I noticed, and this is why I like having a platform, it's like nowadays you can't even have a conversation about stuff that you're not supposed to have a conversation about, and that's what I'm trying to bring. And I want to say it once again, because I'm always going to keep saying it. I don't have an issue with nobody at all. I'm always respect those who respect you. That's it. That's how I feel about all of it. But not having a conversation, that's just stupid. You can't have a conversation. That's just stupid. Like, you
can't get to a place of understanding if you can't have an honest conversation.
Yeah, that's just retarded. I'm not indeed.
Did you might have to cut this one out, but this was funny though. Did you see they had a video of a guy, and I guess he was doing like a spoof, but it was a transgender a post-op transgender who had surgery. So they were a man, now they're a woman, and they cut off all the moving parts. And then as he got older, or she got older, she caught Alzheimer. And then she woke up one day hollering, asking, where's her dick? Because she had Alzheimer and she didn't remember cutting it off.
Whoa. You see what I'm saying? Bro,
I just thought that was a little funny.
No, that is funny, because what happens that just shows a lot of these scenarios hold on, go ahead. A lot of these scenarios that we've opened up, like we opened the floodgates up for this type of stuff. It's like opening up Pandora's box. I don't think we've ventured far enough into the future and able to predict what can go on. There's a lot of different variables and stuff, and there goes the situation right there. Like, what do you do in a situation like that? Like that's terrible. That's terrible. Hey, but then I saw this post where Trump was talking about I don't agree with everything that Trump says. I don't agree. I can't even say basically I don't listen to everything he says. That's number one. So I can't even say that either. I don't agree with everything he says, but I'm pretty sure I won't agree with everything he says. But one thing he talked about was how if he becomes president, there's going to be no surgery for what is it, transitioning. None of that surgery is going to be going on, so that's a no. That's not happening. And I thought that was kind of cool, like not offering.
Hold on. When he say no surgery, he mean for anyone?
For anyone. Like you can't tell a child, for children. I think it was for children, but it kind of makes sense for anyone when you really
all right. So let me just, and the only reason I'm gonna say that because I seen the post on this. So let me just put an asterisk next to that. And we don't mean babies and because if I'm not mistaken, I know the law in a lot of states is you can't have these surgeries until you're like 15 or like 16 or between 12 and 14 or some shit like that. So even then I feel it's still too young to make a life decision. But I mean, because you see, you know what, bro, like just because I see so many videos and blogs of people who had these surgeries, young and old, who say that what they saw in the mirror was not resolved after they had the surgery. You dig what I'm saying? So whatever they didn't like about their body, once they had the surgery, it didn't make that feeling go away. Two, there's a lot of complications when you start trying to recreate stuff that was never supposed to be there on the body. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. 3, I've seen a couple of studies that came out by doctors who are opposed to any of that surgery because they said it's not a perfected surgery. So everybody's doing it trial and error. And if some people trials are better than other people trials, but it's a lot of fucking errors. And he was just like, bro, it shouldn't be done. Yeah, I'm kind of on that camp, bro. It's just a little, you know what? I put that under the same camp. And again, it's not because people trying to live their best life. I just think there's other issues going on where that won't resolve what you don't like, because you see the people who make themselves handicapped. Like they try to have surgeries and make themselves blind and cut off a limb. Like I put all of that in that same camp. Like it's a lot of other stuff going on that I don't think surgery will fix per se. That's all.
Right. Like, shoot, I don't know enough about what kind of suffering somebody's going through that will want to cut something off, but I've heard of that. Definitely. I've heard of that. And are they able to get it done? Is that something that's able to happen, like be performed? Like, can you get something amputated just because you want to? You can get something amputated just because you want to?
Yeah, those backdoor surgeries though. Yeah. I mean, same place you can go where you can sell a bootleg liver for like $50,000. You can go have these surgeries. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's somebody with a lost license. Yeah. Like just like when you see those people with those weird like tattoo surgeries and shit like that, having horns under their head and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like they're not walking into a doctor getting that shit done. It's somebody's back garage and shit. So it's the same shit with those weird, hey, cut my leg off, cut my arm off. Lady fucking drip bleach in the eyeballs because she felt she should be blind. A whole bunch of that weird shit.
It's criminal.
Definitely.
It's criminal. Yeah. Yeah.
And then if you do that ish, and if you do it, here's my shit, right? Here's my shit. If you do any of that stuff, okay. Here's my whole thing. Look on that. If you do any of these elective things, you shouldn't be able to get no assistance for it or the upkeep of it. You got to be completely responsible for that. Meaning, if you have the surgery and it goes wrong, like, bro, don't look for like health insurance to bail you out. Like, figure that shit out. You broke it, fix it. Like, I just, like, you cut your leg off. No, you can't get disability, bro. Like, you did that to yourself. Like, no, I'm not.
Let me ask you.
No.
Do you think that these people have mental health issues that do this?
Hey, don't come after me because that's not nice, and it's my opinion. So let me just paraphrase with that. But I think so.
So yes, you know what, bro? Okay, real quick. No. Just real quick. It was just a quick yes or no. So you say yes, right? But so they need the the health insurance and all of those
but
things.
they refused.
Oh, so
For
in your
what I was
hypothetical, they're
offering
saying
for.
they refused. No, you
They
said that if
refused.
they, I'm saying, but you said if they get it done, they should not get any medical help afterwards. They should take care of everything themselves. I get what you're saying, basically be responsible. But the problem is you're asking somebody who, in your eyes, also has a mental health issue to be responsible. So that's like
way to get me. But all right, so fine, check it. So check it. You come in my office, right? I'm the doctor, and I says, look, I don't think you want to be handicapped. I think you have body dysmorphia. I don't think you want to be a woman. I think you have body dysmorphia, and I want to treat you for such. Nah, I want to be handicapped. No, all my life I felt I was a woman. I don't agree. I don't think you should do it that way. All right, cool. I'm out. And then you go find a way to do it. I just want to put it on record. This was my recommendation. This is what I said. And they said no.
Right.
And then you go get it done. And then you come back and it's like, hey, but this guy right here, this doctor right here did say, but you said nah. All right.
Right. So it's called body integrity dysphoria, BID.
Yeah.
So that's what,
because
so that's
check this out. So okay. And again, I'm saying these things because I don't understand and I'm trying to get to a place of understanding. I keep got to put out a disclosure there, bro. So what is the difference if I am 98 pounds, skin and bones, and I don't eat, and all I keep doing is sticking a spoon down my throat and making myself throw up? Because every time I look in the mirror, I see a 500-pound person. I go to the doctor and they're like, bro, you need to eat. And you like, nah, like I feel fat, like I'm not eating. So every time I eat, I go throw up. If you see that, you're going to be alarmed, right? Like you're going to tell me to get help. But I'm telling you, when I look in the mirror, I don't see what you see. What is the difference? In the category of me not eating, that's a disorder. In the other category, it's encouraged. What is the difference between the two? One is a eating and one is a gender. But both people look in the mirror and don't see what everyone else see.
You know what's crazy? I think one of the issues is you can't just, I guess you have to have a system of checks and balances. So you can't just say the doctor's word is end all. Like whatever the doctor says, the doctor's right? Because what if the doctor could say, if you came to me, right, and I'm your doctor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have eating disorder. You have an eating disorder and you're trying to tell me you don't. And I say, look, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, you haven't done research. I've been doing this my whole life. You either get help or you don't. But if you don't get help, X, Y, and Z is going to happen. Like, and bottom line, you tell them the truth. Or you tell, or if a doctor says that's for eating disorder, because eating disorder is more of a, I'm going to throw out there, people are going to get pissed, but I'm going to throw it as a more serious thing. Like this mental health stuff, a lot of it, I want to be this person. I think I'm this person. Because a doctor can't say, like, listen, this is a mental health issue. People don't do that. This is not normal. Something is wrong with you. You're not normal. Something is wrong with you. All it is, you see, the doctor can't say that because he's wrong. If the doctor be wrong and say you're not normal, or to be honest with you, let me just be frank with you. You go into the doctor, you say you have issues. If you had a doctor that says, look, you're fucking nuts. There's the bottom line. You're fucking nuts. I don't know what all this new age shit going on. You're fucking nuts. I'm from the old school. You know, I'm not believing in none of this stuff. You're nuts. Get out of my office, please. Now that doctor's going to get in trouble. I can't hear you.
Good shit. My bad. The problem here's another analogy, right? I got an uncle. Every time my uncle comes to the house, he tells me he sees aliens and dead people. And I'm like, bro, you don't. Every time I come to the house, he's telling me he sees aliens, he sees dead people, and they talk to him all day long. And I'm going to tell him, I need to get help. I need to help you. How can I help you? Like, where can I take you to get some help? Because I don't think you're seeing dead people, and I don't think you're talking to aliens. And if you are, I think there are bigger issues going on, if that's how you really feel. And I wouldn't encourage that. And I don't think anyone would encourage that. So I would take my uncle to get help. But on the other spectrum, If I say, hey, I'm not what I appear to be, I'm something different, it's encouraged. I think all of those things that we discussed previously all has something to do with a mental element of some sort. And like you said before, I think we're still living through it to have a definitive answer on what it is. We think we know what it is, but we're not allowed to say. So we gotta wait and ride it out until we get to a more definitive place.
Hey, from what you just said, right? And this is me thinking, right? I think I agree with the group, and I didn't agree with groups, right? I'm gonna say this. This sounds crazy. I agree with the LGBTQIA movement. I get it, because guess what? I'm just throwing this out there because I know how I feel like my gift is understanding how people think on different ends of the spectrum, right? Because me, I don't care either way. But I'm telling you this, I just thought about a mean way of thinking about this whole thing. You ready for this? Hypothetically, what if the world starts to say, you'll fuck everybody with all that fucking transgender shit. Fuck them. Turn your back on them. I don't give a fuck about none of them. Bye. That's where it could go. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that think that all this little weird shit, all this shit going on, I don't give a fuck about none of it. Excuse any of it. I'm going to fucking, I'm going to discriminate against all of it. There are people that think this. So I'm understanding why they need to have a group. Like, just throwing it out there just based off of this particular conversation, I'm able to just understand that a little bit. Like, yo, damn, yeah, they do need a group. Because as you're talking about this, right, my sentiment is like, I'm not about to get on the forefront and help nobody. Like, a lot of people not saying this, I'm not getting on the forefront to help nobody. I'm about mine. This is one life. I'm not getting on the forefront to help nobody. That means I'm not trying to hurt you neither. I'm not trying to hurt you neither. I don't give a damn about
what you got going on either.
I don't give a damn about your plight. Either way, I have a lot of my chaos that I'm dealing with. I don't give a flying fuck. You understand? But as I start to just think about it and understand it, there are people who hate you and going to discriminate against you.
With a passion. Like, they find enjoyment out of hating you.
So they need to have a group.
So, I don't disagree.
Makes sense. It makes sense. Wait, hold on. LGBTQIA makes sense.
All of them letters are redundant. Like queer, gay, all the gay people, bro. All the fucking gay people. Like, yeah, from a sense, they need to be protected because you, just like black people need to be protected at a certain point because you had people who hated them so much. Pause. Let me not put those two together because I don't think that one is greatly different from the other. People do not agree with the way you're living, and they will actively try to cause you harm because of your choices. So from that manner, they have to be protected. But
yo, real quick, I just thought about something. They got to be protected. We got to protect them. They got to be protected more than you have to protect black people now.
Pause.
Think about what I'm saying is this. You hear me out. Like, I don't feel like a black movement is necessary now, right nowadays. Like, a big black movement is necessary like it is for, I think people will hate against the LGBTQIA for the fact that people understand it. People don't understand it. They're letting, like, they include in everything, and it's people just don't understand it. So they have to be protected because I think people will hate on them more. I think people will hate on them more than they do somebody's skin complexion.
I think so, from a standpoint, if people feel that you are causing yourself harm, and then by you doing that, it somehow affects them or interferes with their life, then yeah, I think people will start to have resentment because they feel that, hey, what you're doing is your business and you're doing it to yourself. Like, don't show it to me. Don't interfere me with it. And when you do, that's when they get upset. That's how it is, I think, from the LGBTQ. Because I think for most people, though, I think most people don't care who you're having sex with, like, and who's your partner, like, how do you feel. I don't think most people care. I think when it bothers people is when, again, okay, I'll put you like this. I don't care if you don't put on deodorant. I don't care if you don't wash. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. But if we catch the same work bus every day and you sit next to me every day, then I'm going to start to care because now it's affecting me. And I think that's how it is with that movement. Most people don't care until it's sitting next to them on the bus. And now it's like, hey, bro, you gonna do something about this smell? No. Oh, you're not. So you're aware that you smell and you're not. You're just gonna say fuck it, and you're gonna sit on the bus and you're gonna offend everybody.
So then that means that they care. Then that means that they care.
Yeah.
They definitely care, but they have a way of suppressing it as long as it's not in their face. So they do care. Now, see, now think about it. But hear me out. Look at it from my perspective. If I did that, if I say I don't care about how somebody smell, and when I'm on a bus and somebody comes on a bus and they stink, I just deal with that. I just don't care enough to tell them, yo, you need to put deodorant on. I really don't care.
Now, everyone has a different line.
See, that's the thing. So it's a spectrum. It's a spectrum of caring.
Because that line might be 2 people to the left of me. You can smell all you want. But if we're in the same line every day and we're in alphabetical order and every day you have to line up in front or in back of me and you choose not to wash and you choose to be smell offensive, now it's affecting me. Now I have to endure that. And now it's my problem. But if I don't never have to smell it, it's not my problem. Why do I have to be inconvenienced or offended because you made a decision? Like, you can make all the decisions you want as long as your decisions only affect you. The moment your decision as a person affects others is when it becomes a problem.
Now, okay, let me go back to this question. Yes or no? Do you feel that people who the people that stink like you're talking about, do you think
I didn't say nobody stink? I'm just giving an example.
No, I'm just saying, in your example,
like I'm calling people stink.
No, but here I'm saying, in your example, do you think that person has an issue with their mental health?
That like mental health was never a factor. It could just be a preference. They could just not necessarily, because they could just be a hippie.
So they could be a hippie, and it's the way that's the way they are. Do you think that they say that? Do you think a hippie says, "Damn, I stink, but I don't give a flying fuck. I got to get on the bus and I got to go somewhere." Do you think it's a personal?
Maybe yes.
Also,
yes.
So in your head, you are making.
I think you have both. Pause.
Hold on. Fine. But that's what I'm saying, and that's where I'm talking. Only difference is I'm agreeing with what you said, but I'm just trying to follow it all the way. But how do you? When you don't care, it's more like how I'm talking about on the spectrum. I'm talking about where I'm all the way at the end, because especially on a bus, right? All right, I got unlucky this time, but all I really care about is getting to my destination. Do I notice that this gentleman, real quick, do I notice that this gentleman stinks? Yes, I do. I do notice it, but I don't care because my stop is almost coming up and I'm getting off the bus.
Look, pause. You're putting all these things to make it more bearable. First of all, I said you catching a work bus. So it's a work shuttle. You catch it every fucking day, 5 days a week. 5 days a week, you got assigned seats and you sit next to this guy 5 days a week.
You got assigned seats now, right?
That's why I said, hold on. That's why I said a shuttle bus, because I want a work shuttle bus, because I wanted it to be, you have to sit next to this person every day. You dig what I'm saying? That's why I said it that way. And
you can imagine, we're comparing this to the LGBTQIA SS. Like, you're forced now in the hypothetical, we're forced to sit next to somebody who smells bad on the bus every single day because we got assigned seats in Xavier's hypothetical. So keep going. Because the thing is, I'm trying to tell him that he cares a little bit. And I'm trying to say what not caring looks totally different.
No. See, and again, see, here you go. You can't put your line on everyone else. You feel what I'm saying? And everyone else is not going to exert Ronald West Gandhi way of higher level thinking, approaching every situation. So fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, bro. Yes, it is. Second of all, again, if you get on a bus, like in that situation, okay, you have some people who say, hey, that's just the way I am. I know I smell a little funky. I can offend some people, but F it. It is what it is. You got some people who walk out and who's completely oblivious. And my thing is, you can if that's the way you want to be and you want to be a hippie, you don't believe in deodorant and you don't believe in washing and you go with the natural oils of the body, fine. I don't care. But if you're sitting next to somebody, let's say you got assigned seats and you ride next to that person 5 days a week. Now your choice not to wash could potentially affect the person next to you. That's all I'm saying. And some people might sit there every day and just deal with it. Some people might say, hey, bro, you smell funny. Can you move or can you put on some deodorant? I'm just saying. Like now I got to go buy nose plugs and extra fucking cologne just to spray around so I can survive my 20-minute, 30-minute commute. Like, I don't think that's fair. I dig your approach. Like, yeah, fuck it. Let me just deal with it. But how long do you just got to deal with it? And then how many times a day do you just got to deal with it? And who wants to always have to deal with it when someone else's decisions are affecting them? That's all I'm saying. Like, I just, you know what? I'm just big on, I just don't like the things, you know what? That's me just projecting. That's all. Because I just don't like doing things that affect others. You feel what I'm saying? I just try to be as courteous and as possible as I can be. And so that's all it is.
I know.
Maybe I'm oversensitive to those type of things.
Right. I noticed that. And that's why I was kind of like, not, I wouldn't say picking at it, but I just noticed it from your delivery and how serious you were about it. And I'm just tell you, I know what not caring looks like. It looks more like how I move. Like, I really don't care. Like, I have so much more thing. And it's like I'm so self-absorbed. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't care. Like, I could probably be sitting next to somebody and they smell bad. And I'm thinking about 30 different other things in my head. And guess what? I will bother myself if I say like, yo, you mean to tell me, Ronald, the smell of this individual right here. Now, mind you, your hypothetical was like crazy when it's every day in assigned seats, but I get that.
I don't think it's crazy, but all right.
You stress your point. I get it. But I would say to myself, like, Ronald, every day you sit here and you argue and you fight with yourself about how this person smells. Like, what else do you got going on? How long is this ride? Like, that you were, to me, like you said, in your own words, because you use your own words, then obviously, yes, you were projecting. Nothing wrong with it. But to bring everything back home, we were talking about like the LGBTQIA and the fact that, yes, they do need to have this movement because there are people who are out there that really genuinely like have apathy and hate them and will discriminate against them anytime they get a chance. And they need that. You know, they need it. And I can understand it, but I can understand it from afar because it's like, yeah, I don't even care. Like, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not marching. Like, I got my own thing to worry about. Like, you know, I can't have the media and everything tell me like, yo, LGBTQIA is very important to worry about. You know, I'm just like, yo, I treat everybody with respect. I respect those who respect me. To each his own. I'm good. I don't need to worry about none of this stuff. But Correct. See, even my point, you got a lot of people like me. That's not even helping them out. You understand?
Because you're invisible to the movement.
Exactly.
You add nothing to the bucket.
And here now, this sounds like almost hypocritical, but that's why I think they definitely need to have what they already are establishing right now.
I don't disagree.
Sounds crazy, but I didn't even believe I would think this way.
I didn't disagree with the premise that they need some type of support because people are mean, bro. People are mean. If they don't agree with what you're doing, they can go after you aggressively. So I don't disagree with you on that stance, but I'm just saying, yeah, people got different lines. So right. I'm with you. I'm not the outspoken to that point on that type of nature where I'm gonna be like, bro, you fucking smell like horrible. I'm more so in my head like, bro, I can't wait to get the fuck off this bus. Like, I'm not the type of person that's gonna make a scene and be like, bro, you smell horrible. You need to do something about yourself. Okay. A lot of people are though. You feel what I'm saying? That was my whole point. A lot of people are. Our line is a lot shorter, bro. And I guess to your point, that's why you need those support because a lot of people are not tolerating that guy on the bus every day smelling. Yeah.
They need this
somebody swinging on that guy, bro.
Yeah,
he done mess around and touch elbows with somebody trying to eat or something, and it is over. So yeah.
I always thought. Now, if you're talking about like, come on, let's just talk about what we're talking about. If you're talking about somebody that's homeless, it's like, bro, all right. I mean, come on, let's be mature. How do homeless people smell for the most part. They're homeless. You know, there's probably like dirty clothes. They piss. So think about it. You don't know if they're dirty or you smell that way because you're capable and you feel that the person is capable. Because now here we go to the mental health thing. You don't know if they got a mental health issue. They're on a bus.
Correct.
But if you feel that they're capable and they shouldn't smell like that, then now you're projecting. Now you project like, yo, listen. In your head, you're like, look. In your head, you ain't saying this because you say you're not going to say it. You'll be respectful. But in your head, you're projecting in your head and you're going, you're not supposed to smell like this. You are not supposed to smell like this.
Touche.
And
Touche.
I'm letting that go. See, I'm just letting that go because
Touche.
I really don't think I know. I just don't know. But
Hey,
here's my
yo.
point. But real quick, X, here's the bad part about how I operate. If it is the other way around, and this is some like, not this situation, but if it's the other way around, somebody's doing something spitefully and stuff like that, I don't catch on until late because that's where I become naive. I say I'm professionally naive. So when I really
that's an
say
understatement.
if somebody stink, like if they're homeless, I can look at it and obviously we leave that alone, right? You're like, yo, they're homeless is tough. But if they stink and they don't know they stink, I just don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I just, what? I don't know.
Here's the shit. That's funny you say that. And the part that I think the important part you said is if you feel that person is capable. Now, you feel what I'm saying? So now it's like, bro, you shouldn't stink. Like, I don't think you should stink. You are more than capable of washing. You're more than capable of having a job. Like, you should be able to fucking get it together. Stop getting on drugs. Get it the fucking together. And you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think that's how it is for the alphabet community. I think a lot of people look at them and say, you shouldn't be doing that. You dig what I'm saying? You shouldn't be going from this to that. You shouldn't be dating these type of people. I think a lot of people come with those type of thought processes going into interacting with that community. And that's where I think the hostility and the anger comes from.